What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Lux,
what's
and I'm
up?
here with Nuke Santiago. Now, you guys may know him. His video went viral talking about Travis Scott. The concert didn't even end, because you were at the concert.
Yeah, I was at the concert.
As soon as Drake came out, it got really rowdy, and you left to your car, and you made a viral video in your car.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play it for you. You guys might know him, because we're gonna grab a snack, come on back. He's gonna talk about that, and we're gonna reiterate and talk about some more stuff. So here we go, roll it.
Alright, so shit, I'm about to do this video to let everybody know what happened to that Astroworld, bro. Like, okay, so when I first got there, that's when Master P was performing. It wasn't that many people there, so I had went, you know, I got in the crowd. We was probably like in the middle of the crowd, but we was way in the front. And as everything was happening, I just felt like I was being crushed and like I couldn't breathe, and I almost like literally passed out. Like I felt like I was about to like collapse. So I started screaming and shit. So that's when like the people, they seen me just because of the fact that I was in the front. So they had pulled me out, you know what I'm saying? And then I had got out and I had just stood around, like not in the crowd no more. But that was during the daytime. So look, let me tell you something. Look, all right, so this is when Travis Scott is about to hit the stage. All right. Something in my mind told me don't get in the crowd due to the fact of what happened to me earlier that day, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Master P, you know, audience and whatnot. So look, Travis Scott about to perform. It's probably like 100,000 plus people, you know, everywhere, you know what I'm saying, just standing around in the barricades, you know what I'm saying. So it wasn't as bad, but something told me don't stand in the barricade. I sat on the side, you see what I'm saying. I went all the way to like the end of the line, and I was like right there on the barricade, but I sat like, you know, like took a seat on it so I wouldn't be in the crowd like that. But I kid y'all not, bro. As soon as Travis Scott started, like as soon as he started, like all the flame, the fire, the fucking like the phoenix and all that shit, and then he popped out, started going crazy, and like I'm telling you, as soon as he started going crazy, like the whole crowd started raging and shit. Everybody just screaming, help, help, help. Mind you, I'm sitting on top of the fence. So I'm looking down on everybody and I'm seeing all this shit happening, you know what I'm saying? Just reaching and they crying. I'm trying to pull people out. So look, in the middle, it's a VIP section, like different celebrities and people who pay like thousands of dollars to sit in the VIP section. Mind you, I'm pulling people out and I'm trying to pull them into that VIP section. That's where like people was pulling people in so they can breathe. So the people in the damn VIP section, they getting mad, tell you pulling people over here in our section. I'm like, man, bro, these people about to lose their lives, you know what I'm saying? So I pull out this one boy. This boy, he probably like 14 years old. This is a little bitty teenager, bro. This one lady, I kid you not, in the VIP section, literally put her hands on this boy and associated this boy and started hitting him like, didn't I tell y'all don't jump the fuck over? So I end up screaming, I'm like, who the fuck is you to tell somebody what the fuck they can do? Like, bitch, this answer, bitch. Don't nobody give a fuck about the ticket you paid for. Like, these people need some help. So I'm helping people, I'm pulling people out. And like, it just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like, it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted, and the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this shit really me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. Like what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like, that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything, like, you know, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from that shit, bro. Like that shit not for you, because like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real. Like so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all this shit. So many people broke in and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was just by me. And the shit got so bad, I was sitting on top of the gate. I was pulling so many people in, helping so many fucking people. And people was just screaming, crying, trying to ask for my help. I got so overwhelmed, I jumped down and I ran out that bitch and I left, bro. Like, this shit really happened tonight. And a lot of people, they, you know, hearing this shit, but like, watch tomorrow, y'all gonna see this shit was no joke. Like, this shit really happened. So many people got injured, so many people died. That shit was so wicked. Like, it was so wicked, bro. Like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, put nothing on Travis Scott and call him Illuminati, call him no devil worship, but that what the it was, bro. We really went to a concert in hell, bro. You couldn't breathe. I'm talking about everybody was so crushed up on you. It was like literally no room for you to lift your chest up and breathe. Like, you couldn't move. You couldn't breathe, bro. Just by the good grace of God, I was in the front, so they helped me out. But I knew, and I even told people at nighttime, I said, bro, once the sun go down and the main stage opened up, I said, bro, do not go to the middle of that crowd, because at nighttime, nobody will be able to hear you. Nobody will be able to see you. Something bad gonna happen, bro. And exactly like that, a lot of bad shit happened. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people got hurt. So any parents watching this shit, I would advise you to not send your Astroworld Fest. Let their ass stay at home. That shit was not fun. It was scary as fuck. Like, don't go. And if that bitch still is open tomorrow, don't send your kids. I really hope that shit get canceled. I know tomorrow this shit gonna be on the news for sure. But shit, that's all I gotta say, bro. All right.
Okay, we're back. So if you guys know him, I'll put his links down below to all his information if you want to reach out to him and talk to him. So what did you think about when that video exploded? Because this is his first interview since then. Like,
I mean, honestly, shaking a little bit, but
yeah.
Honestly, I really made the video to like tell like my close friends and, you know, like my close following. Like, it had nothing to do with like going viral. I had no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I just, you know, I ran out and I was telling my friends like, yeah, I don't go tomorrow, I don't go. You know, like this.
Different day
It was crazy. Like, people were dying. It felt like demonic. It felt like, you know, like
exactly
supernatural. Yeah.
And I think that his story is so important because like soon after his video posted, then TikTok conspiracy theories just like it fueled it even more.
Yeah.
And it kind of reiterated because people were like, did you see this? And did you see this? And then this guy was there, watch his video. And so after that, did you get like death threats or hate comments?
Yeah, I got a lot of hate comments. I
did too. I did too, yeah.
Watch your bag. You know, like for like a whole week I was hidden in the house. I didn't want to come outside. You know, I was like petrified. I couldn't sleep.
You have to understand, like making these Travis Scott videos, there's a very powerful family with the Kardashians like that. So a lot of celebrities aren't even talking about it. Some of your favorite YouTubers, beauty influencers or influencers, they're not talking about it because they want to continue to get free tickets or PR or whatever the case may be. So you talking about it was very brave of you to even make that video because you were actually there.
Yeah. And not only that, but I actually have a couple celebrities who even DM me and was saying like that was like, it was evil what he did. It was like an evil ritual.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
Like, they know, but they don't really want to.
They don't want to like come out for
so
it. Exactly.
Continue to talk about it. Yeah.
Wow. And for you guys to know, like, he's not doing this for clout, right? But he has his own life, his own side hustle and everything like that. But like in this industry, I meet a lot of people and they're like, oh, I slept with so-and-so or me and so-and-so hooked up. It's all for clout. But this situation is different. I can kind of call it out. I feel like you're very genuine and your video was one of literally the first that happened. Like I woke up that next morning and your video was like viral everywhere.
I had no idea. I did the video. I was telling everybody what happened. Don't go tomorrow. You know, a lot of people, they were laughing. Oh, you lying. This didn't happen.
Exactly.
It was nowhere. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. I went to sleep. As soon as I went to sleep, my parents called me. Why the hell was you at that concert? Because like due to COVID and everything,
oh my
I knew
gosh.
they wouldn't you know, allow it. So, you know, I went to them, I'm like, what you talking about? Because like, not only that, but you know, I blocked out my parents, you know, like all my social media so they won't be spying on me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how did y'all see the video? It was like a lot of people reposting it. It's everywhere. I'm like,
yeah, it was.
I couldn't understand it. So when I woke up and I looked, I was like, wow, like, how did this happen? Like, who? Like, I know all it takes is like one share, you know.
Yeah, I saw Lovely T post it. There's another commentary channel on YouTube Space, and I was like, wow, because your video really was impactful, and it sparked a lot of controversy, but I think it was needed because like it was I felt like just watching the footage was very demonic energy. So along with a lot of the negative comments that you got good comments too.
Yeah, I got good comments. I got a lot of people who told me, you know, like I did the right thing. A lot of people said, you know, like I was probably like chosen because you can see like the lifestyle I was trying to be Travis Scott. Basically, you know, I wanted to be in the rage. I wanted to do the whole demon, you know, look, you know.
The
I was going by the name Diablo Santiago.
I remember that. Yeah.
It's like I was, you know, I've been aware about the conspiracy, but at the time I'm like, nah, this is fake. I don't believe in it. Let me, you know, try to do it because this is what you got to do to blow up. So I'm like, you know, and it was working.
You were following the formula.
Yeah, I was following the formula. It was working. But after that day, it really opened my eyes. Like, you know, like what if that was my concert and I would have had fans that died? Like it hit me like, you know, like not saying I'm done with music, but going down that road as far as raging and putting people's lives at risk, like I'm done. Like I just can't make music like that. Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying because I do feel like and time again, a lot of these rappers, right? And no disrespect, I'm just call it like I see it, is that they talk about, you know, just dark stuff. They speak it. There's power in the tongue, and then it happens. And I no disrespect, I like to use Juice WRLD as you know who that is, right?
Yeah,
Juice WRLD as a reference because he spoke a lot of the things and then it ended up happening.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, here he was like knowingly and was conscious enough to know about the mistakes he was making and it was rapping about it and it just kept happening and it happened. It was his demise. And so I do feel like there's power in the tongue. And I think that you got out in time because you left right when Drake came on stage.
Yeah, right before he came on because look, this is how I went. Okay, so.
Yeah, why'd you leave? Like, because you paid money and so why would you leave early?
So look, when I got there early, I got there real early. So when I first got there, you know, they had the pre-show going on with Master P, Roddy Ricch, Don Toliver.
Pre-show, there was like a girl. There was like a girl. Yeah. Okay.
So when we got there, it wasn't a lot of people. You know, it wasn't filled to the capacity, nothing like that. So we got there, we made our way through like the middle of the crowd. We was like right there in the middle.
Okay.
By the gate, you know, like closer up, you know. So we're in there, you know, everybody's doing a mosh pit. We was in a mosh pit having fun. You know, it was fun, but it was nothing scary about it. But like right after Master P finished performing, and everybody was just like standing, it's like we were so like uncomfortable. Like the girls were like uncomfortable. Like, you know, you behind girls and everything. They're like, oh, you know, the private parts were so close. Like, they was like, move away, like panicking. Like it became a point to where like a lot of people said the crowd felt like a wave. Like you couldn't balance.
My God.
It was scary because I knew, luckily I had on steel toe boots. Because I knew if I would, you know, I'm small. Yeah. So if I would have fell, I knew it was a chance I wasn't going to get back up.
Get trampled.
It was scary. And that was when it wasn't no performance going on. So, you know, we're still in the mosh pit.
Wow, the wave. When you said wave, I got like chills.
It's like the whole crowd, just everybody was like holding on, like, ooh, don't let me fall, don't let me.
Wow.
Like, it was scary. Mind you, that was my first concert ever going to. So like, you'll watch the videos, you'll see on YouTube, everybody's having fun. So that's what I'm thinking, oh yo, we about to turn up, we about to rage. But like, okay, so after he finished, after Master P finished, we were in there waiting for the next performer and like, we were just so tight. A lot of people started to, you know, like try to
push forward
to get closer. So you couldn't move and like, I was just stuck. Yeah. But I could feel like the cool air, but it was too far up because I was too short.
Yeah.
So like.
But even then, even if you were taller.
Yeah.
Because they're wondering how tall are you? Like,
I'm like 5'6".
Yeah. So I'm like 5'10", 5'11". Even if I was up there, right? Yeah. It still would have felt higher than me. Yeah. Even if I was 6'3", I still would have felt like it was above me.
Yeah.
So don't feel like it was just because you were so short. It was just a lot of people breathing in air and then pushing it out. So you would really have to be on stage or far away to feel that cool breeze, which is what probably they weren't feeling or people in VIP weren't feeling either. So you left, at what point did you decide to leave?
Okay, so after Master P finished performing, the crowd was waiting for the next performer. It was this rock dude, I don't know his name, but it was so tight you couldn't move, you couldn't breathe. So it became a point where I was like,
anxiety. That was like anxiety.
No, I can't do it. Like I'm about to pass out. So I started waving. Luckily, I was in the middle. I was in the front. So the security, they see me and they pulled me out.
Wow.
And I had sat and I had walked out and I had just sat by the porta potties. So like when Don Toliver came out, you know, I was watching the Rest in Peace show from the back. So you know, nighttime hit. Everybody's waiting on Travis Scott, and mind you, they playing like a spooky like. So, you know, I didn't think of nothing, but, you know, it was, you know, spooky, you know, but, you know, you don't really think about it because nothing didn't take place or occur yet. So, you know, as soon as Travis Scott comes out, due to the fact of what happened to the pre-show, someone told me do not stand, like, in the middle of the crowd because, like, the crowd was so big, it was so dark, I knew nobody would. It was no.
And it sounds like fun, but when you're in it, it's not fun to the point where you're like, let me out. Like you're basically, I feel like you had like a anxiety attack or something like that. And then like, imagine other people who couldn't. Yeah. Cause I feel like you maybe got lucky that someone saw you to pull you out.
Yeah. So that I already built my mind on what was going to happen at the nighttime, the night show. So when that happened, I was way at the back by the VIP, but I was on the gate again. Yeah. So like I was sitting there and then, you know, like, everything started. Travis Scott came out. Everybody started raging, and like I was like pushed so far up against the gate, I couldn't breathe.
Wow,
so,
again.
Luckily, I was on the gate, so I got up and I sat on the gate. So I'm looking. I'm high up.
So right there, I want to ask something. Did anyone ask you to get off the gate?
No. And in the middle section is the VIP, like celebrities, like like Lil Baby and like a lot of people who did, like performers. They came through the VIP. It was like a lot of. They had space. It wasn't crowded.
Yeah.
They had space, whatever. So I sat on the fence. I'm seeing everything, and like all you can see is like people just like help me. So I'm trying to pull people.
So you were rescuing people.
Yes.
And you were a survivor.
Yes. And not only this, but when I was rescuing people, the whole time I'm sitting on the gate. So like when I'm rescuing somebody, I would pull them out. It took like all my strength. Like they would just like lay on my chest, and I would just bend over. My legs are still on the rail. I'll bend all the way over and throw them over, and then do a crunch back up
to get another person.
So I did that, and then like when I looked in the VIP section, I seen like all the bodies laid out. Like they were like blue, eyes white, and like I was trying to tell people like,
seen death.
Yeah, I'm like, do y'all not see the concert's still going? Everybody in the VIP section, they not paying no mind. People in the VIP section like, no, don't hop over. Y'all can't hop. And I'm like, how are we gonna escape out of here? So I seen everything, and like I was just like petrified. It felt like a movie, like some like Final Destination. Like people really didn't understand, and like they were like hypnotized
by what was going on. Yeah.
So after so long, I couldn't take it no more. So like around the time Drake was getting ready to come out, that's when I got out. I pulled myself out. Finally hopped over to the VIP section. And I walked out, and then I seen Drake came out, and I was leaving. I was telling people, hey, people in there dead, people in there dead. And the whole time, people like, nah, like.
They're thinking you're capping, making it up,
So that's
making it up for views and clicks. But you've seen it. And so then you went to your car right after that?
Right after that, I walked straight to my car, got in, and I'm like calling my friends. That video. I'm calling people, and I'm like, y'all don't believe me? Let me make this video. I told them everything to the T, what happened and what's going to happen. I said the concert's going to get canceled. It's going to be on the news. It's going to be big.
You foresaw it. Wow.
I knew it. It was no way.
So after the video went up, where did you post it initially?
I posted it on Instagram.
Okay, and then people just start sharing it from there. And then you saw yourself on like TikTok and all these other places.
TikTok, The Shade Room, Power 106, No Jumper.
Just going off.
Twitter.
Wow. So what do you feel like? I gotta ask this question. What do you think Travis Scott goes? What happens now for him?
What happens now for him? Honestly, to be honest,
because I would say, I don't want to interrupt. I would say like he would have to gain people's trust again to come to my concerts. They're safe.
Yeah.
That's my thing, but I don't know how he would do that. But I just think we always talk about the PR standpoint of things on my channel, and I think that he would have to just lay low.
Yeah.
Which he hasn't.
To be honest, I think honestly, he's probably gonna like pay the minimum fees just on his hand. Like he paid for like the funerals, probably gonna donate a little money, to a couple of foundations, the people, medical bills. But as far as him going under, as someone who was in the crowd, I was just hurt because, we went there for him, and just to see him keep going, I'm like, Travis, you gotta stop.
Because he's from Houston. A lot of people don't know. Travis Scott is from Houston. It wasn't just like a fly-by-night concert. It was like supporting a Houstonian, supporting someone who's made it, and they came to show love, and it just was a disaster. But you talked about, before we start the video, we had a small conversation. You touched upon security there.
Yeah.
How was that?
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't
enough. They wasn't trained. They had an attitude. They didn't want to help people. It's like the security there was more intact than watching a show, honestly.
Like a free show,
yeah,
almost
free
like
show.
Yeah,
Free
I'll do the job because I get to see a free show. Okay. And I mean, and do you think, I'm not blaming any medical staff that were there. I think they did a great job. But do you think there was enough medical staff that was hired? Or you think they could have hired more?
They could have hired, it was so many things that they could have did. They could have hired more. They could have had like an escape section to where
come here, like, get some water,
probably like
cool
next
off.
to the VIP section, they should have had like another, like lane, like hop out, or like every like other.
A cool off zone or something like that. I get what you're saying. I feel like from what I was reading online, there wasn't enough security, wasn't enough police officers, wasn't enough medics. And I feel like you said, almost like they did the bare minimum of that. Did anyone reach out to you that was at the concert? Like, thank you for saving my life?
Yeah, a lot of people. Even I had saved like this one little boy, he was probably like 14. He reached out, told me. It was like some people I had like on live like when I like the second day or like the first night, I went on live and had like a lot of people like I was trying to get like back. I'm like, y'all tell them what we seen. So like a lot of people came and said it was a lot of people. So,
a lot of people reached out to you.
A lot of people.
So I think that, first of all, thank you for coming on the channel, because I know a lot of people were reaching out to you for statements to come on videos. And I think one of the reasons why you came here is because we're from the same city and you saw my previous videos and stuff like that. But guys, do not send him any hate, because he's not doing this for clout or attention. Like, he literally wasn't hiding right after it happened. Like, you didn't want to leave your house. Usually some people, when something like this happens, when your video went viral, what people who are clout chasing do, they're like, oh, buy my CD, buy my album. And it's like, that's very suspect. And you didn't do that at all. But yeah, so for those who don't know, people were saying that there was gonna be refunds issued to people who went.
All I can say is, if you wanted the refund, you received it.
If you wanted.
If you wanted to escalate and do other,
okay, it was that option to do that. Okay.
So did you want to settle up front, or do you want to proceed with?
Okay. And now, did you sign any documents like NDA, like you can't talk about it?
No, nobody. I haven't. No.
So no lawyers reached out to you or anything?
Yeah, I have a lawyer and attorney, but
not from the Live Nation part.
No.
Okay. So I want to move on to this next topic, because I find it very interesting. So Travis Scott seen with Mark Wahlberg in his first public outing since news of Astroworld tragedy broke. So here's Travis Scott. We have photos of Travis Scott. Here we go. We have it right here, and I'll throw up the picture there. Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then there's that one there with Michael Jordan. Yeah. And they're on the golf set. Yeah.
That's the funniest one, because he looked like he just like zoned out, like.
Yeah, and so guys, you're gonna be looking at the photo at the same time we are. In this photo, they're saying that he looks distraught and sad and just like.
You kind of see the life force, like.
To me, he looks like he's dead inside. He looks like he's dead inside.
And honestly, one thing that's been going through my mind.
Oh, hold on. On the golf course, they were playing golf that day. So that to me is like, what are you doing? But I understand he has to live his life too, but it's not a good look. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And honestly, like these past couple of days, like I've been thinking like, like the way I seen is like, it's Travis Scott fault, because we was at a Travis Scott concert. But like when you really open your eyes, you see it was more to it. Like you said, like it's a lot of people to be held accountable.
Not only that, but like the influence that he had to have people want to rage after being in a house for over a year. And I do think that what he could do, or any concert going forward, is that, this is just an opinion, I don't know, it's thrown out there, they could have had like a rage pit. And then you pay extra to be in that pit.
Yeah, they should have did. Yeah.
Something like that, as opposed to the whole entire concert raging. I think that's just an option, But with that being said, would you go to another Travis Scott concert?
No.
After you're done with it?
It's just no way. You just can't go back. Like I don't fear no one, but like if I seen Travis Scott, if he was in front of me, I'll walk the other way. And I was a diehard fan.
Whoa.
I was a diehard fan, but it's like after that day, my life has changed. I still have nightmares. I
still be doing some like traumatic. You went through some traumatic stuff there in a minute, because you still have nightmares. You were scared to get back on social media. You were scared to leave your house. You got all this attention on you at one time. And people are probably messaging you, looking at your old videos or content or photos and calling you a liar. And then you got all this love and support. But just understand, there's a lot more people who love and support you than there is that don't like you, that you're talking about it. Because when I first dropped my first Travis Scott video, it was like, no, stop, that's not how it went down. And then videos started coming of him watching people faint and just keep going. And then they really couldn't say much at that point, because they were like, oh, I can't defend that when you have video footage right there.
And that's been one of my biggest fears. Like if I went to like the mall or something, and like for his fans to see me, I'll be a threat. Like, you are the reason why Travis Scott going. Like if pretend like the future Astroworld festivals did get canceled, or pretend like like.
Oh, I don't think there's gonna be an Astroworld concert anytime soon. He was held accountable
or like arrested or something. Like a lot of people
you think they'll be mad at you?
Will be mad.
I see your point, right? And I do think that what you're feeling is normal, but don't feel like what happened at the concert is all because of you that made that video. Because if you didn't make that video, it was going to be made by somebody else, period. Because there was all that footage there, and then it was being broadcasted live. the whole entire concert. So don't feel like that. But I do feel that if there are hardcore Travis Scott fans and they're like, you are the reason, that could be possible, but I really wouldn't worry about that because it's not like you made up a lie. It's not like there's no evidence of anything happening that shouldn't have happened. Like, it's all there. You were just talking about your own experience.
And I was telling my fellow followers, be aware, don't go, your life will be on the line.
Yeah, I was just saying. And your opinions and how you feel are 100% valid. Don't feel like they're unvalid because some profile with no face that said that, you know, it's not. And you need to, guys, this is, you know, when it comes to social media, right, and stuff like this happens, and to get on camera and voice your opinion and how you feel about it, you know, y'all guys click and y'all watch because he was there, his story to tell. But there is like a dark side to it too, because now over 1 million people have seen your face now over this Travis Scott tragedy. And so I feel like you're just kind of alarmed because you haven't got that much attention so quickly. You know, and
not only that, like, I just feel like, I don't know, like, had it would have been any other thing, like if I was like doing something funny and went viral, you know, it would have been something to live up to. But it's like, now I just want to like hide, you know, like, it was, I went viral for like something not appealing to social media.
I get what you're saying, for not a positive thing. But I think it is positive because look at the lives that you saved. And I think that you were there, because I always feel like God works in mysterious ways, and you were there to maybe save people's lives. Because you were literally pulling people out of the crowd, saving people's lives. And those people probably would have not been here if it wasn't for you. So think of it that way, like in some weird way, you were used by higher power, whatever you guys believe in, as a conduit to go there and save lives with not thinking that you were there to do that.
And not only that, but to save myself. Because the lifestyle I was living at first, I wanted to go down that path. And, you know, God just showed me, like, you know, like, that's not for you. Like,
you see,
the right thing. You know,
woke up to it, So guys, I'm definitely gonna leave all this information down below. If you guys have any questions at all, please do not send any hates, nothing but love and positive vibes, love and light down below. I'll put his, where can they want me to find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at Nuke Santiago. And then you can find me on my YouTube channel at Nuke Santiago, NUKSANTIAGO. And then on TikTok, right now it's still Diablo Santiago, but it's gonna be changed to Nuke Santiago.
So I'll put all the links down below so you can get out there and find them if you can. Tell them I sent you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.